So basically, as a game designer, we need to really look at different point of view, look to the market, look to the existing cultures, and to be able to create a good game that's suitable for our market. So we shouldn't do like put our eyes closed, just want to develop our own idea without considering that. And that's one of the challenges perhaps that we need to face.
Yeah, I think the two ways should go in parallel. One is to develop your own design culture, your own designers, because they will be very integrated in your history, in your culture. Local relationships and local contact points are very important for a game. Yes? But then there is also, of course, all over the world there are great games, and so there's a wide choice of games to pick. And designers all over the world are approachable. So you look for the games, you see if you can, as somebody who wants to motivate games, import the games, play them, find out the favorite players, the best ones, and then approach the company or the designer, and so import and bring some of the great designs to Indonesia, because that's also very fascinating to see, that's what they play there, and that's a traditional game there. So it just makes the perspective much wider.
Wow, that's really interesting. But you also mentioned this is very good point. You said that local culture and local content has become one of the important ingredients to our game, isn't it? Now, how you usually elaborate that in your design? How you use it as a...
I think integrating local culture is very important for growing markets, for upstarting markets, because you need to give as much familiarity and as many points of, I recognize this is not alien, this is familiar to me. I know it, but now it's a little game, so you can try it out. Whereas in developed industries where the games have a long history, there is anyway such a big variety, so that there will be some niche markets who do cultural games, but it's not long as that so important, because there's a much bigger familiarity in these markets with the games, and so people will be much more open to look at stranger themes, at less familiar themes, and actually want to try out something new. That's the second step.
Wow, that's really amazing. Professor, that point of view is really something that we need to see, because as you guess correctly right, your assumption is true. We have this market, we have a growing market, and in some way we as game designers just would like to make very cool game without considering what the market really wants, and sometimes that's not matched with the situations. And sometimes it makes our heart also broken because nobody wants to play the game sometimes. But it's not everybody's fault. It's that they just want something simpler. We want to make something cool, but it's not matched. But your view, that's wonderful. But we came to this point. Do you have any simple tips for new designer? How they can start? I mean, what they need to do to be able to jump into this?
I think not everybody will be a designer. As not everybody is a musician, and not everybody is a mathematician.
Yes.
In the end, I think to become an experienced designer, you need to play a lot of games first. You need to understand what is out there. You need to understand the fascination of the games. And then you start with an own idea, and you need good playtesters. You need honest playtesters who are also familiar with other games, so that they can say, it plays, but it's not as good as the others, or it has some faults, or there's a strategy which always works, the start player always wins, or whatever it is. So it is then playing a lot with experienced players and listening to their feedback. And letting them play, sometimes not playing yourself, but just letting them play and observe. And then see how the product develops and see how it compares to other products which are in the market.
So if I may conclude, then we just need to start to increase our knowledge about game by playing more, and then we need to build a playtester community that will be honest with our product, and then we need to continue to improve our product all the time.
That's the one side. The other side is probably you have to have quite some promoters who are enthusiastic and will go out there and explain the games to other people at certain events and invite them to play. Again, that's a very easy way to bring people into playing. If you have to read the rules yourself, it's much more difficult than if you're invited, come here, play, I'll tell you the rules. Or if you see other people playing it, oh, that is fun, how does it work? And then you come as well.
So in some other point of view, you see that a good event to promote our game is also one important point
Yes, absolutely.
to have.
Absolutely.
So something like the exhibition, of course not as big as SPIEL, but exhibition become a key important point to have.
Yeah, I think that is probably not the first step. It is maybe finding some events where you are close to games and then maybe with books or whatever you have, and then adding some of the games there as well is probably an easier entry point than organizing something from nothing.